And testing, 1, 2. Testing, 1, 2. Oh, I think things are working. Well, there we go. 8 people watching now, it says. Hello, just announce yourself when you pop in so we know who's here, and we'll get things on the road. There is about a 30-second delay in the stream as we're running on what do you call it, Streamlabs. So there's that built-in delay because I'm capturing everything before I send it out, just so everybody knows. Anyway, Johnny Rodden, how you doing? Okay, so again, we're just going to do a Q&A. Justin, good on you, buddy. So we're just going to do a Q&A again. Any questions you got, throw them this way. But alternatively, or not alternatively, on top of that, I thought I'd actually open tonight on a discussion level, which I come across this article the other day. So I thought I might lead with that. So we go, sort of bringing it across here. Magic Dude, how you doing, buddy? Jimmy Barr, Pat Thai. Oh, it's nice to see a good range of people sort of starting. I only thought about it 15 minutes ago to do a stream, so but all good. So I thought about having a discussion topic today. I've got to remember, don't scroll up on Streamlabs. I've got to scroll up on the browser. Came across this article the other day. There is one major difference between people who move abroad and those who don't, according to a recent study. And I thought it's a pretty good discussion topic. We might be able to throw things around the place. My too bad. G'day, how you doing? Now I thought I gave you a spanner. Let's just check to see if... why is that? Go to channel. Oh, that's the right one. Geez, there we... yeah, that'll fix that. I thought I did that one. Anyway, sorry about that. Yeah, so let's open this as a discussion topic to get things going. People's feedback on what your thoughts are about people who live overseas versus people who don't. What's your findings? What have you come across? And we'll go through and just, it's only a short article that we can sort of reflect on, but I thought it's just something to start the conversation with. Ray Chen, how you doing? Martin Pitcher, how you doing? Enjoy watching them, please. P.S. Is Min a hairdresser single? Ah, well, Min actually does have a boyfriend at the moment, but she's aspiring to want to have a Farang boyfriend because, hey, she's been watching me and Chanya for the last 10 years, and well, not 10 years, but I think she's known Chanya for about 6. She was actually Chanya's teacher. So there's been a sort of a relationship built up there. She's had a Farang boyfriend, but it didn't work out. It was a bit of a low life. But she's currently got a Thai boyfriend, but she goes through boyfriends pretty quickly. So the right person, maybe she may be able to sort of find some leeway there. Okay, so where are we going? So Robert Mack in Asia, how you doing, buddy? And Paula, good to hear from you too. This is pretty good. Got a good start to the day. Let me just flick back to the main screen. Just wanted to get an idea. Oh, 24 people watching. That's not too bad for kicking it off in 5 minutes. Anyway, so what's your thoughts about this thing with, the difference between people who live overseas and live abroad? compared to the people who sort of tend to stay at home. I was reading an article that the other day that came up in a conversation. Something like 80% of Americans don't actually have a passport, so they never leave their country. And one of those people, one person I was talking to, said, well, one of the reasons there is the fact that America tends to have a lot of stuff that people never seem to feel the need to actually move out of the country. Of course, I reflect on that because I know a lot of Americans, and I've come across quite a lot of Americans. Not trying to sort of say bad things about Americans, but a lot of the ones that I've had sort of in a philosophical discussions with tend to have this perception of the planet where the planet starts at the Atlantic Ocean and finishes the Pacific Ocean. I've asked them quite openly, I says, well, what's the capital of Australia? And they just look at me as if, what's Australia? Let alone what's the capital of Australia? So you've got to ask those questions. Does living overseas broaden your horizons? Anyway, let's go and recap on what people are talking about. So there's Ray Chen from Port Macquarie. What else have we got? Everybody saying hello to everybody else. Good. Our Thai journey. G'day Tim. Personal finances is a big part of personal finances. I actually did on that. I've got a couple of other pages which I'll flick over to. One of the things, this one here, travel and leisure, they've written down here 6 things consider moving abroad. We'll actually expand into this as we move the discussion along. And of course, I've also got another part of the discussion, which is the world's best places to retire. I've actually there's dozens of articles out there. This one here happened to list Thailand. I think it was number 7. No, actually number 9. So Thailand used to be one of the top destinations. It's gradually slipping off the thing. So we'll bring that up into the discussion as well. Anyway, for now, let's just get back to saying hello to everybody. Again, sort of look. I'm doing the Stephen thing. I've got my little boom mic going here. How's the sound quality? Van Far. Oh look, I'm terrible at these foreign names. Vaz Farolirio. Sorry if I got that and completely butchered it. Vaz. I'll just call you Vaz from now on. Johnny Ron Steve, Paula, in my opinion, people who stay at home are more closed-minded. Very, very true. I can't agree more with you on that one, sort of, Paula. Even when I started my travel back in 2005, in our office workplace, like we had, I think back in 2005, we had something like maybe 70 people in the office, and only maybe 20 of those people actually got to fly out to other countries. Now there was the senior echelon, me being one of those. But then you'd get back and you all have the people who never got to travel out of the country. There was automatically this sort of disassociation in the workforce because I got to go somewhere that they've wanted to go but they could never afford to go. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff in that we could really explore on as well. My too bad. Many people living overseas tend to be more open-minded, more tolerant of other cultures. Yeah, the article actually does expand on that, which we'll get back to that shortly. M2B. Brian Johnson, g'day, how you doing? I like your shirt. Yeah, like Bazinga! I'm still looking for the 73. If anybody can get the 73 T-shirt, the one that's worn in that TV series, what's his name? Oh, God, I haven't watched Big Bang Theory for at least 3 years. But yeah, the 73 T-shirt. If anyone can find the 73 T-shirt, get in touch with me. Send one over. I've been looking through every market, can't find one. Yeah, look, and a recap, don't forget, if you want to join the voice chat, we have got the Discord channel. Just pop in there and you'll automatically sort of pop into, the links down below. Just pop in there and say hello. Johnny Rotten joined the party. Oh, look. Yeah, the 73 t-shirt. If only going to find the 73 t-shirt, get in touch with me, send one over. Okay. Fake Tim, turn your audio down, Tim. Look, and a recap, don't forget, if you want to join the voice chat, we have got the Discord channel. Just pop in there and you'll automatically pop into the links down below. Let me pop out of that until he actually turns his audio down, because it's a bit hard. Who else we got? We got Johnny Rotten joined the party. I know he's not on I gotta just give us a second while I just promote people on the channel here. So I know Tim's a regular. Johnny Rotten, he's offline again, but we'll make sure he's a regular. Yeah, let's just get back in to see if Tim's turned his audio down, so it's not feeding back. Yeah, so just say hello, Tim, when you sort your stuff out. I forgot to put myself in the channel. He's announcing the Discord and completely screwed that up. Anyway, where were we? But sort of information, Paula, same different, like your t-shirt. People that can afford to live over abroad are highly likely higher IQ. Well, maybe they've had more opportunities to get overseas, but I wouldn't say they were higher IQ. I've met quite a lot of foreigners coming into the country, and I don't think IQ is one of those major qualifications. I've met many average people here, and a lot of ockers as well. Like tradesmen's, which again we don't really quiz the whole IQ thing, but they don't strike me as Einsteins, if you know what I mean.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, there we go, Tim. How you doing? Yeah, so you watch the stream, and you'll get the audio through here now, and you'll get the pop-out chat on your screen. So you don't really need to see me on the screen, unless of course you want to look at what I'm looking at as well. So you'll work it out. Just it's all that sort of thing. We're just getting used to the whole system. You're now in live stream time, and they're 30 seconds behind us. Where are we? So Martin Pitcher. Hi Warren, great watching your vlogs. P.S. Oh, yeah, we did that, didn't we? Yeah. TMW, yes, good evening. Van, Luke. G'day Waz, g'day Luke, how you doing? TMW, everybody's saying everybody to everybody else. Sheldon, that's the guy, Sheldon. Yeah, my hero. I think I got up to season 9 on that program, and I haven't watched the last 3 years of seasons of that, and I don't know what's going on. But I definitely want the 73 t-shirt. For those who've actually explored what it means a lot of things to me. Great view from Bangkok apartments. Great view from your Bangkok apartment. That was shot. That was a picture I took on the way up to Songkhla at New Year. Google did an enhancement on the photo, and I've always liked what it presented. Although I'm sitting in front of the photo, it's actually a good photo. 73 is that's right. Paula knows the law. 73 is the 21st prime number. Its mirror 37 is the 12th prime number, and its mirror is 21. The product multiplier, hang on to your house, 7 and 3 is a binary. 70 is binary, and 73 is the palindrome. Yeah, so it's really one of those special numbers if you're into mathematics. Cool TV props. What's that? give what? There it is. There's the T-shirt. What? $9 to $15. It's the wrong colour blue. I thought that shirt was blue though. Can you get it in a blue? Select size, extra large, but you can't select colour. I actually didn't even think about getting it online. But yeah, that's something to look at. I'll save that link for later. Where are we? So I worked in many worked with many Filipinos in Canada. They all wanted to just make their money and retire back home. No one wanted to retire in Canada. Well, that's probably I wouldn't like to retire in Canada. I think it's too cold. You're still there, Tim? I don't have 3 screens, so I can't keep everything on on screen at once. Oh no, he's turned his microphone off. Now, if you want to speak to Tim, you're going to have to... Oh, Johnny Rotten's turned his microphone off, so Tim's disappeared, and Johnny Rotten doesn't have a microphone, so we'll have to see what's going on there. Anyway, as I said, I don't have 3 screens. That's one of the things I'm doing next, is to get the 3 screens set up so I can have everything on screen at once. Macca's here. Macca! I don't have the lovely little gizmo that Stephen had last night. We were asking, was it Alexa, all these sort of questions. She was giving us answers. That was quite funny. And Jim Barr, are you hot? My weather app says it feels like 104 degrees in Fahrenheit. Well, I'm actually feeling quite comfortable. I'm in the room in air conditioning, so it doesn't really get that hot here at all. Go hopping. G'day, how you doing? Yeah, so getting back to this article, I know this is the first time I'm trying this sort of format, so just bear with me. Where is it? So it says a recent study found that people who relocate to a new country tend to have a better sense of self-worth. Better sense of self, not self-worth. I think self-worth was mentioned further down in the article, than those who don't. Living in another country allows people to experience new cultures and beliefs. Consequently, they tend to reflect on their own values and cultural background. And the third one there, the research also found that moving abroad can lead to increased satisfaction in life and reduce stress. Okay, personally, from my point of view, sense of self-worth. You do, yeah. For me, I've had time, from that busy 9 to 5, 35 years of working for somebody else. Even though I had my own business, you never get a chance to really feel. And explore your own thoughts, because you're always thinking about how life is going, how to make sure that the mortgage is paid for, how to put money away, and you very rarely get a time to explore self. Whereas coming over here, after the first 6 months of the culture shock, you start to see the time on your hands, and then you start to explore and think about the greater points of life. What is life really all about? The life, the universe, and everything sort of exploration. Living in another country allows people to experience cultures and beliefs. Consequently, they tend to reflect on their own values. Yeah, well, again, sort of watching, just comparing the lifestyle here, and now, rightfully enough, Chanya and her family aren't well-to-do. They're what they call, the working class Thais. And so, I've, in a sense, I've moved down a rung in the social ladder compared to where I was in Australia, but I actually enjoy it more. I don't know if you can really get your head around that. I actually feel that I'm a part. I know people will go off and the whole money sort of side of things, but I love helping the family wherever I can, but not financially. Just being there and supporting them, supporting in their endeavours, like Chanya getting her salon set up. Well, that's something that will pay for itself over 2 to 3 years. Like I pay for the electricity here. If I didn't pay the electricity here, mother wouldn't be able to run her little, sewing bee downstairs, and that keeps the girls happy, and I enjoy that. I always get lovely greetings every day when I go downstairs and have breakfast, go to the fridge, or I'm going out somewhere. They always want to include me as much as they can, even though their English language is about as good as my Thai, but we have a great time. And of course, increase satisfaction in life and reduce stress. That's one thing that I really have found, is that the levels of stress that I experience are almost non-existent. And in that sort of saying that, I actually find my health has improved a lot. So that's just my points of view. So let's getting back to everybody else. What does everybody else think? Getting back to everybody else. Wow, check out the big brain on. Yeah, she's loving it. Did that one. Use Google. Unfortunately, I have to go and reset the phone so it doesn't turn off the screen, and I found it wasn't listening to me last night when we were doing it. So I don't want to. I don't want to. Hello Google. Hello Google. Hello Google. It's not listening. I must have turned it off or something. Where I say use Google, you say, hello. I just got one. Lots of fun. Living in Thailand. Wow, perfect article. So true. So true. Prue. So true. Prue. Okay. 42. Yeah, that's my answer to everything. Any culture is a shock for most Aussies. Well, yeah, I got a gradual introduction, which I think is something, if people are thinking to move to Thailand, definitely think about doing those, once, twice or 3 times a year trips if you can swing the holidays, and do that for a few years, and, a couple of weeks at a time, dip your toe in the water really does help settle things for when you actually do make that final move. I know Australia's, getting worse and worse with their whole, the what do you call it, the snowflake mentality, and the stuff that's going on in the place. But if you can stick it out and plan a 3 to 5 year migration, make sure you get your finances in order and things like that, then it'll make the transition process, a couple of weeks at a time here and there, will really settle your nerves when you actually make that final move. Oh, you had to reboot, did you? Okay, so, well, again, I just check it to see if he's back on the channel there. He's okay. So, now again, sort of, if you want to speak up, you're going to have to turn off what you're listening to on the actual stream. Otherwise, you get that 30-second delay loop going back in. But I'm sure that you get to understand that as well. Have a play with it. You've got voice rights on there, so just where else did I hide? Stuart, rubbish. Well, you have to elaborate this, Stuart. Again, trying to sort of watch the flow of the conversation. It would be helpful, rubbish. Yeah, I don't mind a critique on an idea, but rubbish. Explain what you mean by rubbish, because we'd like your input as well. Saying rubbish is not really helpful sort of to the conversation. So true, Warren. Not enough time for yourself when you're living in your home country. And I know you're planning to migrate here at some time, M2B, aren't you? Tend to get in a rut. Yeah, that's the thing, trying to get out of those ruts. I was talking to somebody today online, on Facebook, and again, I was just saying there, it's sort of, reach out to people who have walked the path, so you can.
I'm not too sure about the Discord.
There you go. You've got it. There you go. So there's Tim feeding back into the thing. So I don't know whether you're listening to me on the Discord or you're at the 30-second delay on the stream. But if you're going to be on the Discord and join on the voice, you can pop the text chat out on screen and just watch that, so you can see what people are saying. But we can talk amongst ourselves in real time. If that one makes any sense. I'll let you just catch up on that one. As far as living abroad in Thailand, do you have an opinion on the success rate of expats that have a partner before they move versus they were? I've never really sort of inquired at that level with the people I've met out here, but I think the people who do have partners tend to have a more inclusive lifestyle than those who don't. That's just in my experience of the people I've met. Again, I'm still trying to meet these people that have the bad experiences and they run back to their home country. This seems to be something that gets talked about on places like Thai Visa and other bulletin boards. But I've yet to meet these people. I think the closest we come to these people are the typical trolls that infest the YouTube channels. They've had no success in their migration or their journey to integrate into society, and maybe that's part of their personality as well. That's why it didn't work for them. But yeah, let's not really sort of give them any oxygen to think about that one. I'm sure they'll have something to say about that when we put the stream up. Jimmy Barr, as far as living abroad in Thailand, yeah, we just did that one. I've got to have to mark these things so I know where I'm up to. I'm good, Patsy. My stress levels, yeah. No, so our Tim's sort of saying there, his stress levels are definitely lower, and he's only been here for 3 months, or I think it's 4 months now. Lower, but I have found my motivation levels this last 2 weeks has been non-existent. Yeah, I think that I got that part of it as well. I think that the YouTube channel was something that motivated me to get out, and also compared to what Tim's experience was, when I got here, we got the M-Slaz motorcycles within the first, I think, 4 weeks of being here. So that got me mobile and exploring the local area and finding out different ways around the back streets, riding along the clongs, and just feeling like one of the locals, because all the locals ride motorcycles. I know you're thinking about getting a a motorcycle, Tim, but maybe sort of escalate that process. We're going to the motor show tomorrow, so we can definitely have a look at some motorcycles for you and see what might be the suitable set of wheels for you. Pat from the Kath and Kim. From the Kath and Kim. Okay, I didn't quite catch that one. Jump right in. Came to Chiang Mai for a week's holiday and moved near 3 months. So Paula just dived right in. Okay, but I think Paula, she's got a foreigner partner as well. She's not actually with a Thai. So I think again having your partner with you does help settle the nerves a bit, because you've got somebody close at hand and close that you can talk to and sort of compare notes. I'm pretty sure you're not in each other's pockets every day, but it definitely makes a big difference if you've got somebody you can bounce ideas off, and it does help settle the nerves a lot. Oh, something just jumped. The only problem for me is the heat, but doesn't help. Yeah, well, again, I've managed to stabilise. I've started to lose a couple of kilos because I've changed my diet, Justin. So again, it's something that you're going to have to think about. I know I mentioned this at other times that when I came out here in 2009 for the for the Bangkok floods, I didn't get a chance for 2 weeks to go and eat, at pizza or McDonald's or KFC. Mother cooked for us, and she was cooking for us every day of the week. So we're pretty much eating a Thai-only diet, which is rice every day, fish and pork and chicken. Chicken. But Mother's a great cook, and in that 2 weeks I actually went back to Australia. I think I lost, I came back to Australia and I'd lost 7 kilos or 6 kilos in 2 weeks, just eating Thai food. And no junk food. Well, 7-Eleven didn't have any stock, because they couldn't get stock into 7-Eleven. So, you get the idea. But the market still ran, which was fun. So the local produce, local produce there. You could get rice, you could get your vegetables, you could get your fish, you could get your chicken. And Mother was just a great cook. She was cooking 3 times a day, and we didn't go hungry, but we didn't really have anything to sweeten the deal with. Depends on go hopping. Depends on where you are from. In Scotland, it was a small town where most were similar in beliefs and cultures. It was an eye-opener to live abroad for 10 years. Yeah, well, that was my first experience of living abroad too, go hopping. 1975, my father got posted over here from the Australian Defence Industries to refit the Oberon-class submarines out of Greenock shipyards there. And back then, I don't know if it's a policy now, but back in 1975, that current incumbent government had a policy if the spouse was away from the family for more than 6 months, they would pay for the family to migrate to the country as well, to be with the father, because that's what it was like back then. So I got to live in Scotland for 2.5 years, and that was an eye-opener. I mentioned that, I think, the last stream. I was pretty much on the outer for 6 months until summer came around, and I got my skateboard out, and skateboards just became popular. Although popular out of skateboards, I'd been skateboarding for 5 years, so I was pretty much an expert compared to all the people who were skinning their knees every 5 seconds. So I was automatically included. I think, well, for one reason, they all wanted to learn the tricks. So I was no longer on the outer. I was suddenly included in everything. It also helped me learn, the Scottish language a bit. Although it's still English, it's just, if you've ever been to Scotland and Glasgow area, you know it's a whole different world there. In big countries, the bigger diversity, the effect of living abroad may be less. And bigger cities. Yeah, I think, well, in my opinion here is, I really enjoy the Bangkok suburbs because, apart from the fact that you've got street food, and I probably never actually have to leave this village, Petkasem 106, because you can get just about everything you'd ever want here. There's stalls and street food, and 3 7-Elevens, 1 Big C Mini, 1 Tesco Lotus Express. You could close the gates of this, and you'd never need to leave. Unlike Australia, where we'd have to go shopping in Hornsby, so it's a good 10-minute trip into the city, or into the town, to get your weekly shopping. I know when Chanya came out to Australia, she was challenged by the whole idea of shopping once a week. To her that was a foreign concept, and she got stuck in Australia for 10 weeks. The first 4 to 6 weeks were okay, but after 6 weeks she was getting pretty bored with not having things to do. She felt herself housebound because she wasn't brave enough, or she just felt disassociated with society, to actually go and jump on the bus, take a wander into the shopping centre and mosey on around. my opinion was she knew enough English to definitely ask questions, but she just really didn't feel comfortable. She wasn't that sort of outgoing person. Where are we up to? He's asking my two-part question. Justin, Australian taxes. Oh look, well, I think we've got our fair share of taxes over here. They don't seem to strike you as being so in your face. Retail stores have got a 7.5% value-added tax. It's on everything. Some places will show you the tax you're paying on your billing. Other places, you tend not to get. What's that one there? So 3,600 baht. Yes, no, that's not a receipt. It's just a stub. I didn't think to have anything there to use as an example. But sometimes it probably is there. It may be just in Thai, and I'm just not looking at the receipts. But you just don't. You know that the value-added taxes are there. But again, I'm still paying tax in Australia, so I didn't quite. Coming to a new country. If I moved all my money out of Australia, then I would probably be subjected to the taxation system over here. Thankfully, the bank knows that I have the money in the bank here, and I've seen I pay 50% tax on the minimal amount of money I make in interest. So I might, making 1,000 baht interest a quarter on 1,000,000 baht or something. I think it's probably more than that, but they're taking 50%, which is what they do for the holding tax. Where are we? Pat, unfortunately I do not, unfortunately no, but I do have a small garden. Jeffrey, Thai Life, which is thumbs up to everybody. Oh, so how are we going with the stream? I'm not even watching what's going on there, am I? Let's swap back to here. Yeah, okay. So I've got 43 people watching. So somebody else can watch that. I'm not watching that screen, so somebody else can give me a running total of that one. 44 people and 20 thumbs up. Oh, pretty good. Not doing too bad for the first time first time that I've actually got it all set up properly. Nobody's really told me, how's the mic sounding? Is the mic sounding good? Is this sort of level work for everybody? I did some pre-runs and it seemed to be okay. My phone wants something. What? Where are we? Yeah. Somebody said in the last stream I could talk underwater. Well, I haven't tried it for a long time, but maybe I could. How's the Paula? How's the selling going? On the end of the most recent video, I did pop around. I don't know if you caught that one. That was what was the most recent video? Oh, that's right. I haven't published it. I haven't published it yet. There are for those that are on the stream. The videos are up. I just normally leave 2 or 3 days between each video. Yeah, but at the end of the video which I put up, which was the Harley Davidson test rides, I did zip back to the salon, and so we've got the last maybe 3 or 4 minutes with seeing how the salon's going. So that'll be out on the weekend. I said I don't want to link it here now because I don't want all you going and watching my videos and not watching me. But just quickly swapping over. Yes, the next video coming up, which will probably go out to Facebook tomorrow is the review of the Sony FDR. So we bought the Sony in my laptop broke video, which is out today or yesterday or today. So then I do a side-by-side review of that video, and then we do the Harley-Davidson test drive. But what I can do here is we can quickly zoom through and give you a sneak preview of that one, can't we? Come on, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. Let's get rid of the ads. And where are we? Right. Kiss me. Kiss me. What you doing here?
I work some customer before and now.
Can I see customer?
Before.
You have aircon? Before. Good. Oh, cool. Very cool. Oh, and yeah, this is the table and chair we bought. Yeah, yes, so we got the table and chair set. Why you put here? Why you not put here? And this is, of course, shooting with the new camera, the new Sony camera.
I want to save something when I put like this and more big like a.
Good. Very good, darling. Come, let's go inside.
And now I tell you before we start like this.
Yes, and she did tell me. Yeah. So you put a. She did tell me she's put that sign. She sent me a message, right? And the signage went up today. I thought she was putting a neon sign up, but it's not, just a stick on. So she's actually now got the Alice Beauty Salon, which is in English, on the window, and it's also now got the Thai equivalent above the window as well. Again, sort of, she's got the Thai, what they call pricing on the window, but she didn't actually have the Thai name of the thing on. Yeah, so it's all good. Yeah, we can watch the rest of that video when you got some time. I've got another video to put up. Anyway, so getting back. Where are we? A naked picture. I'm thinking a naked picture. Yeah, that'll get some clickbait going for you, Justin. Horizontal decline. Hello. Good morning. Good evening. Lighting is better this week. Yeah, I put the extra light on today. It's just one of those things. I can remember to plug it in. I've actually got two, but I think one's probably fine. If I put the second one, it'll get rid of it more shadow here. But yes, and you're not looking at me. It's not me that you need to see. It's a discussion we're going to have, and a discussion with everybody. Stream is good. Yeah, well, that's good. Mic is working good. Good. Definitely best 4K action camera in the market. I've looked at the footage from the. Yeah, so we went out. Let me sort of flick over this one here. So we were out at Big C last night, and this is one of the things that got me is I can get two people in the shot now on the table at the restaurant. So that's a boon for the wider angle, and again the lighting inside, the lighting wandering around the markets. So we had the elections yesterday, and all the controversy has already started. I think it's really come out quite well. You get to see more. So that's something that I think it's been a really good choice getting the new camera, because I think a lot of people actually enjoy seeing things around and those those cameos and drop-in shots and the odd quizzical looks of the Thai people behind me and the people photo bombing as well. So we'll get more of that going on as things progress. What else have we got? Yeah, don't not forget that we're still talking about this particular subject. Where are we going? So, It's a whole learning curve with the I've got the new camera, and tomorrow what we'll do tomorrow, Tim, is we'll try to do some side by side shots and sort of see if we can get some comparative video. I don't know if it's going to be actually included in the two vlogs we do at the motor show, but it'd be nice to do some comparatives, audio levels and things like that, to sort of see how they really pan out. And we may do a collaborative, side by side, extra video on that one as well. We'll talk about it tomorrow. So as I said, we'll try to pick you up about 12:30 to tomorrow afternoon. But that's provided I can get Chanya out of bed and dressed and makeup and all that sort of stuff. I know last time I tried to get her to the house, it was an hour. I was an hour behind my expected time. But hey, it's not like I have to be there. It's the fact that if somebody's sitting on the side of the road waiting for me to pick them up, I'm going to make sure that I tell you I'm on my way before you go out and wait. I think it takes about 30 minutes to get down to your place, which is only 8 kilometres away, or something like that. This Petkasam Road is murder. Where is it? It's a whole new learning experience. Yeah, we got that. Far better than fake-looking GoPro footage. Oh, I don't know. I said I've only got. I don't have a GoPro. I've got the GoPro clone, which is the SJ. The SJ, I still have it with the helmet mount. It's just too much bother. I mean, that's why I didn't bother using this thing here, as a stand-in camera, because it's it takes you 5 minutes to get it out of the mounting system. And if you like me, I got better things to do in my time. The SJ 5000 actually sits up there, and it's a camera I use when I plug into the Hangouts. So because the Hangouts tend to be a full screen picture, so we like to use the 1024 resolution of that camera. The Logitech, which is the one I use here, is only 720p, so that's why I use the reduced size here on this screen, so it doesn't get too fuzzy. Does Chanya cut gents' hair? Yes, she cuts my hair, and don't forget she did. She did 6 months worth, 6 months up at CNN Barber. Chanya, our friends up there at Yai. They've got the barber shop out the front of the Big C, and they've also got a barber shop at their house in Kratomban. And they also teach out of the house in Kratomban, so they've got some apprentices, apprentice haircutters in there as well, learning the ropes. So Chanya did her 6 months of male cutting there, and she's not too bad at it. She was getting faster and faster, but in that sort of high pressure environment where you got maybe sort of 4 or 5 people constantly waiting for a haircut, you've really got to get to that 15-minute cut and style to really sort of move the people through. And she found that was actually quite high pressure, and she wasn't enjoying the male cutting at that level, because she likes the whole idea of styling, which you don't really do that much in the male cutting. But she doesn't do a bad job though. You're the first. No, my too bad. You're the first Aussie who pronounces Sonny like Bonnie and not Sony, like only. I don't know. I've always grown up with Sonny. Where does Sony come from? I thought that was more of a English or an American way of saying it. I always thought it was called Sonny. Anyway, maybe I'm completely wrong. It's very highly likely. Out now, Mike, good. Mike is good, but you have just hair over driving or over modulation. Over modulation. Well, I got the echo off. Well, maybe I could probably knock it back again. So I'm watching. There's a line on the microphone input here on the Streamlabs. And I've been sort of, trying to make sure. Okay, yeah. It is pansy. Let me just knock that back a bit, just so it doesn't squelch. See how we go with that. You can tell me if that one's working better. I can always knock it back on the levels of the microphone, but I can see what you're getting. It's just peeking into the red there. Done deal. Not sure what camera vlogger Thailand Red uses. Thailand Red? It might be. I don't know what Thailand Red. We talk about Rob. I think Rob's using a GoPro. But again, I don't know. I'm pretty sure it puts on his channel. He tells us what it is. Rob's not here, so we won't involve him in the conversation. Generally speaking, with GoPro, not directly with your footage. Yeah, again, it's I didn't realise that the Panasonic actually had such good low light level compared to the sampling that we saw in the shop when they were the Sony. But again, they may have been tweaking the footage as well. They were showing the low light settings of the Sony versus the competitor. And they were alluding to, they didn't actually call anybody out, but they were alluding to the leading sports camera, and we have to intuit that they're talking about GoPro. And that nighttime footage that they were showing there was like chalk and cheese. But when I've done the nighttime footage, I've really got very little difference apart from a little bit richer colour. But as that's in the next video, you'll see that next video probably tomorrow or the next day, where we actually do the side-by-side shot. Actually, I'll probably even show you that now. Where are we? So flicking back, flicking back, flicking back. And flicking forward. I don't know, has anybody really noticed the delay in actually rendering a YouTube page these days? It just seems to take forever to actually bring up something now. I got one of the faster computers and it still takes forever to bring anything up. Mind you, I have got it tweaked. I don't like their new interface, so I'm still running in the old style. Sony review. Where are we? Side by side. Where do we do it? Side by side. Yeah, so here we have the Sony. Well, get rid of the frickin' ad. So we got the Panasonic. Okay, so this is back again. So both the Panasonic there on the left versus a Sony on the right. You can see how you got a much more vibrant colour on the right hand side. It's also got the wider angle as well. So that's something that we're going to look forward to on a comparison. And don't forget that one on the left hand is the Panasonic, which is a camera I've had for the last 3 years. And it's quite remarkable. Now I'm also holding them quite steady, and I couldn't believe how steady and the gyro was working in comparison on that as well. And the Panasonic, you can definitely see the Panasonic's got digital stabilization, whereas the Sony has got the gyro stabilizer inside the camera. It just really does steady the camera quite well, especially when you start to do a pan and zoom. Anyway, you get to see that soon enough. And we don't want to see Fizzorg. So where were we? Where is it? I keep on marking my spot here, and I keep on. Yeah, okay, Justin. That's just sort of saying, yeah. when are you coming out, Justin? I think you're something about a month away, isn't it? I think you said May you're coming out, or was it June? Yeah, we'll get together again, and we won't leave you hanging in looking for a BTS train at 2 o'clock in the morning because they close at midnight. I'll make sure you get in your taxi and find your way home next time. Generally speaking, with GoPro, not directly. Yes, we got that. Stephen Monis, how you doing? Yeah. Go. Been years. Been years since I had a hairstylist. Johnny Rotten, I don't recall you actually having hair to want a stylist. There we go. He'll start trolling me now. Just a hair. When your voice goes up, it would it would distort. Now seems okay. Right. So. Looks like we've got the right sound level now. Good. I'll make sure that I get that preset on here so I don't have to try to find it on the microphone setting. Well, I suppose I could probably do that. Let me just give us 2 seconds. Let me bring that there, and then I will then knock this one here down to compensate. Check 1 2 2 2. So it's 5 dB lower. Yeah, that should work well. Okay, where are we? Better sound. Listeners might have to raise their volume a hair, but it won't sound distorted. And of course, if I want to shout, I can move right up here and shout again. But this is about it's a good angle. It's a good thing, and it cuts down a bit of the keyboard noise. And one of the games that I play, people have been sort of complaining because the microphone was behind the keyboard, and I'm constantly typing on the keyboard. Well, I'm riding a motorcycle in the game, and it's left, right, send, forward, back. The keys constantly clicking. They were starting to get annoyed with it. Where would you get to? Sony. Google said, but that's Google. But Google itself is the American pronunciation, I believe. But anyway, we're not going to argue about Sony versus Sony, tomato versus tomato. I'm an Aussie, and that's the way I talk. Just watching, so we're coming up to the hour mark. I probably go for 2 hours tonight. I think 2 hours seems to be like the time that people sort of says they like to interact. We started at 7 o'clock, so we were still at a time zone that fitted into Australia on Tuesday night. Oh, there we go, and somebody just subscribed to the channel. I don't quite see who that is. Guan. Nice meeting you, Guan. I couldn't quite see. I got to fix that. So I don't get to fix that one. Where is that little thing? Alert box. What I should do there is I should unlock the alert box and expand. Not expand that way. I need to go shift and expand that way, just so that I actually see those notices, and lock that again. I didn't quote, it just was too crunched up. I suppose I could probably see it on there. I got a different view somewhere. I still don't know all the screens. I'm scared to press certain buttons as well in case I shut the stream down. And anyway, I've got to get more used to the interface on this thing here. That's for certain. There is a main menu which can tell me more, but I'm not going to play with it because I don't want to break the system. As I do more and learn more of the Streamlabs, I'll be more confident with what I can find out of it. Make live pictures. Yeah, well, again, so what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to deal with the I'm talking, so the talking head. People will watch this stream on their mobile phones, and they don't get to see the live chat easily on a mobile phone if it's the delayed broadcast, like when it goes up onto the channel. Having a live chat on the left hand side there, left. Isn't that weird? It's actually on that side, but I have to point that way. Yeah, so it means that they can follow along with what's being talked about at the same time. But again, I've got to remember the fact that I think that's on there for 180 seconds. If I don't get to what's been said within 3 minutes, then it just starts to fade off. Again, I'll get better at this the more I do it. How do you find the video noise between the two? The focal length is different, tighter on the Panasonic, so it would be a well, I thought that the audio I was getting out of both, because I was holding both those cameras side by side when I was recording, and then I was comparing the audio levels side by side as well, and we do the cut between the two sources as I do the audio sampling. There is a slight difference, but what I'm really keen to sort of see, I know you've had you've mentioned the fact that we've seen it in the videos. If you're not really looking at the little hole on the what do you call it, the Osmo, then it can get quite faint on the Osmo, whereas I think the Sony's doing a pretty good job of, although it is directional facing, it's picking up a lot of what they call 360 sound quite well. Lana King, great for you to join us. Yeah, so again, we're not doing too bad. We're back down to 37 people. 24 thumbs up. Yeah, so again, I got my little. No, I don't have my little. Geez, what would I do if Stephen was here? I don't have my little picture for my thumbs up. You don't forget to hit the thumbs up, guys. Okay, so Justin said he lands on the 22nd of May, so it is mid-May. So we'll actually have the finalisation of the elections by then. I think the final House sitting, the final House representation, or final Parliament representation comes out on the 9th, which is, I think that's also the coronation, isn't it, or something like that. It's really an interesting time with the politics. What have you done to your streaming cam? What have you done to your streaming cam? Looks good. I don't know. This camera here, the Logitech, I haven't done anything to it. All I'm doing is we're actually looking at it in an aspect ratio that works for that camera. And the camera itself is only a 720p, and having it reduced on the 1080p output keeps the camera nicely focused. And I noticed just looking at the results on the actual main screen, I've actually got a hair width on that as well. I need to adjust that as well. Geez, I'm terrible. Where is it? Video capture device. Let's unlock that and let's hit the shift key and knock that over just a fraction more. Yeah, just being the perfectionist I am, or OCD arsehole that I am, got to get it right. It's all presentation. Gene Marley, okay, so I did. You guys caught it. I didn't. You would have got the warning that came up on screen, but because it was a bit compressed, I couldn't quite read it. But it's nice to know when people are subscribing to your stream, as you're doing it. That's part of the OBS features, or the Streamlabs. There's a plug-in that does that, or what is it a plug-in they call it? I think it's called a plug-in source that you can have on your screen. There's also a tip jar thing that you can run on the screen and everything else, but I'm not into all that, you know, tipping stuff. You know, the gamers are great on that sort of stuff. You know, if push comes to shove, I may decide to put a tip jar down the bottom there and do that whole thing as well. I'd rather have people joining me and just having some fun. That's my sort of style, having fun. William Poole, yes, I'm okay. I hope you're okay too. Somebody was actually asking on the, where are we? Sort of got something happening here. People sort of, Christopher Monk. Okay, so Chris was telling me the fact that the final update to my Thailand hub website feed has just been put in. We're going to go and bug test that now, make sure it's working. But we'll do that after the stream finishes. And we've got what somebody else. Okay, he just left a message on the admin account as well. Good on him. Sorry, sidetracked. You know, shiny object. You know how it goes. Where I said, how's the Thai weather? We got some rain yesterday, Chris. It was actually quite refreshing. And the whole thing just scrolled off again. I was watching Simon's video live stream on Sunday night, I think it was. He was having the same problem, trying to, you know, keep up to do, and it does. The thing just bounces all over the place. Where do we go? So just same here. So I meant video noise. Not quite sure. Well, can we talk about that on tomorrow, sort of, Tim? Not quite sure what been video noise, rather than try to get technical with that one. Just for info, you are currently reading comments 7 minutes old. Yeah, I know. I've got to just speed things up. I mate Michael from Aussie and Thai. Michael from Lampai, Mat, North Thailand. So you got another Chanya, Aussie and Thai. Do you run a channel? Well, he does. 1 subscriber. Well, he's got 2 subscribers now. Control C. Let me just give you a bit of a shout out there. Aussie in Thailand. There's his channel. Don't run away. It's just there. You can sort of right click and say open in a new tab or something. But he's got some videos up there. He's got 2 videos up. It's his first 1 minute and 15 seconds, and another one there, my house in Nong Don, with his big water tank things that catches the rainwater. I know that's a lot of that goes on up north. I think was it Graham and Pye? They had those water catchment things outside their house too, didn't they? From memory, it's quite a common procedure. Nothing wrong with a good conversation. I was hopefully, Johnny Rotten and Tim would actually join in the conversation, so I wouldn't have to be the one talking all the time. But maybe we'll have to do that offline and do some practice with that, just so that they know how it all works. Because it get confusing. Like somebody like Cody, which we did it for in the gaming live stream, he didn't have a problem because he's used to the fact that there's that delay and we're not really watching the stream. We're playing the game, so he has no problems of joining in the voice because he knows the fact that when you're watching the screen, you're seeing that delayed 30 seconds, so you don't really care about that. All you're going to be watching, if you're going to join in the voice, is watching the live chat and then join it with me and hopefully sort of help me deal with keeping things on time, because I'm still not good at this. It's all new to me. Yeah, it rained in Paddy yesterday. It rained here. We had a spot of rain for a couple of hours. I think I was watching Rob's video today, he was also yesterday they had their first rain since the beginning of the year, and it rained pretty heavy. So it was all well and truly well deserved, and knocked the temperature down here quite a few degrees too. I said go hopping. Here's the one subscriber for Aussie in Thailand. There we go. All good, all good. Where are we? Where are we? Big storm brewing in Burma, heading to the north. Is that right? Let's go and have a look at what do we got? Ventura Sky. What's Ventura Sky sort of saying around our area? A little bit of rain around, sort of the rain squalls. Let me see if I can zoom in a bit more. Precipitation in the last 3 hours. So we've got a good spot of rain showing up all over the country, apart from in Bangkok where we need it. But where's Chiang Mai? Chiang Mai's up this way, isn't it? So they're not getting any. They really need some rain up there to get rid of that goddamn pollution. But at least the wind says it's going up towards Chiang Mai, so they may get some overnight, which might be handy. Anyway, enough of the weather forecasting. There we go. So we've managed to pump up a few more of his subscriber base. Obviously now it's up to you to get some videos out there. Just find your own style. Tell us your life and give us your reasons. Why did you move out to Thailand? Where have you come from? Backgrounds. They all make interesting videos, and we'll definitely sort of be keeping an eye on how you do there, Aussie in Thailand. Cambo TV, what software to use to edit your videos? I'm just using Filmora. I got the Filmora license 3 years ago. I'm still running 8.4. I know it was updated to version 9 recently, but I tried to do the upgrade, but the upgrade failed. I left them a support desk query just to say, great, thanks for your update, it doesn't work, and I've been stuck on 8.4. I just don't want to do an uninstall and reinstall, which is my option right now. To do that means that all my transitions and screens and all my favorites and all my music has to be imported and blah blah blah, and it's just a pain in the ass. So I'd rather be able to get an upgrade to where I am currently to the latest version, but it doesn't look like that's going to be possible. So I just need to get my finger out one day and just bite the bullet and sort of say, kill 8.4, put 9 point whatever it is on, and then re-register it and then refill all the process. Those are things we have to deal with. But yeah, Filmora. It's not a bad piece of software. I've looked at some others, but I grew up in the 90s with Adobe Premiere. Part of what I did in my computer business is I made custom systems, and a lot of people were playing around with video editing in those mid 90s. That was like the new thing you could do with computers, and pretty much back then the only video editing software was Premiere from Adobe. So I had a copy of Adobe Premiere back then, which I used to demonstrate in the shop and sold it with the computer packages. So I got to know Premiere, and when I was looking for some software before I started vlogging, although it doesn't have all the features, it just felt similar enough that I didn't really feel like I was reinventing the wheel. So it suited my needs and purposes. Where are we? Sort of, going to start somewhere. Always great, Johnny Rotten. Always conversation, funny. Yeah, I'm not even watching sort of Stephen's sort of comments. He usually has some funny things going on when it runs the monitor lizards swim through the streets. It's scary shit. Yeah, I wouldn't surprise me. I haven't sort of seen anything of Rob's coming out about the monitor lizards swimming down the streets, but I haven't seen every one of Rob's videos. You know, I'm sure there is one there. If anybody with a spanner knows a video of the monitor lizards swimming down the streets, I'll put it up and we can have a look at that. There we go. He's got 7 subscribers now. Need to get to Kamala. Look, one of these days I'll actually, take a week off Bangkok and ride around on a motorcycle and pop down that side of the Thailand and maybe sort of pop in and sort of see a couple of people I know down there. I do know Rob, so I'll just give him prior warning that I'm coming down and we can meet up. There's the weather radar link. Picture look. Yeah, okay. So it's a good bit of rain in picture look as well, or around picture look. If I've said that wrong, I apologise profusely for people who live in that particular town. Horizontally proof the world is flat. No. Horizontally, I don't know if you saw the latest one. They're now hypothesising the Earth is a donut shape. I don't know if you saw that one. I'd love to go and sort of search Facebook for that one again for you. But yeah, because of this, the latest flat earthers, and they're testing with gyros and finding that gyros actually move, according to the mathematical formulas when you set them spinning, and an hour later that they've actually declined 7.5 degrees. Basically, they were expecting the gyro not to move, and basically their experiments was a complete failure. It proved the Earth was round. Now they're hypothesising the actual Earth is a donut, which is why you're getting the movement on the gyro. Oh God, can we just shoot them all? American Bangkok. Aussie and Thailand. Yeah, American Bank, Aussie and Thailand. There we go. That's what we want. Yeah, so there's Justin. So Tim, your videos. Look, Tim's videos, he's only starting out. I'm pretty sure he's doing better than what I was. But Tim's also part of our little group, here in Thailand, and he's been sort of plugged into the Thailand vlogging scene for quite some time, and he's been asking for tips and tricks for the last 12 months. So yeah, he's come in a little bit not so green as I was. Although I had videos for 7 years, I really wasn't. They were just private videos. When you actually start to get into a wider audience, you don't really want to be like the greenhorn. Yeah. So he's doing actually quite a good job. His thumbnails look good. Oh yeah, so Chanya wanted to buy the more expensive camera. Yeah, I said, yeah, well, are you going to buy it for me, darling? Yeah, we can definitely go for that more expensive one if you want to front up half the cost. But I had to seriously, I'm not spending $1,500 on a camera. That's just way out of the price range. Maybe when I'm 10,000 subscribers and 5,000 views per video, then the channel can pay for an upgrade on the camera. But until that time comes, I just we're in a budget. What I made, that's basically what I did. That was 3 months of Patreon and YouTube credits paid for the camera, so wasn't doing too bad. But again, it's that's got to go on my taxation return, because they want to tax me on that money. So I'm going to say, well, I'm sorry, there you go. I used that and reinvested in my business here, since you want to tax me all the time. Yeah, so again, sort of Filmora, it is a little bit clumsy in some of the stuff it does, but it's what you get used to. Go hopping. Found that all the videos editing software are a money grab, and no free update. Well, I've been on. I bought the Filmora at $49, and I've had free upgrades ever since. I think that was one of the things that really caught my eye when I bought it. I don't know if that deal still exists, if they're still on that deal, but I think it's grandfathered in for when I bought it. Yeah, and a lot of the software, I know, so that was why I didn't do the Premiere. I had a Premiere license which was still valid, but they wanted me to do 5 upgrades to bring that license into current. I'm going, you have got to be joking. Pay for the software. Might as well buy the brand new software rather than buy 5 license upgrades. I tell you, Adobe, they want to rip you off. Did he? So Rob did make a video on the monitor lizards. That's pretty good. If you've actually got... Oh, there we go. So the donut Earth looks like... yeah, so Mighty Bart's found that for us. There we go. So the flat earthers are now insisting on the fact that it's a donut Earth. God almighty. There's one born every day. I love some of these photos, so how great. Seriously, you can only laugh at them. Yep, I haven't seen that. Yep, okay. Anyway, enough of the flat earthers. We're not going to give them any more credit than they're due. Is Filmora? No, well, I don't know. I haven't looked at. We're going to have to go and look at what their pricing is. Filmora. And define Wondershare Filmora, and I don't know why I decided to open it in Spanish. God almighty. Try it for free, learn more, download products. Filmora 9, Filmora Pro. Where's the shop? Learn more. Yeah, I want to know pricing. Buy now. Okay, so what do we got? Okay, so if we switch over to live, there we go. So there's a 1 year subscription, which is $40, which is billed annually. You can alternatively pay now $60, which is back then I paid it. I think they were offering at $59.99 and I bought it at $49, so it was $10 off, which is a one-time fee. Same sort of deal. And then of course, then you got the ultimate, unlimited, which gives you unlimited downloads from the stock library, new effects every month, and they're pretty good with bringing out these effects because they're always flashing up on my edition of Filmora. Why don't you try this package? Why don't you try this package? Which I think everything I've seen is pretty so-so. But again, people like that stuff. So this is the bestseller, and yeah, so there's 3 pricing, which is annual billing, and then of course there's a one-time fee option. So that helps people. Yeah, well, that's the Earth looks flat, but they've actually now got a donut shape on the flat Earth because the recent test that this bunch of crazies, right? They did 2 tests. There was another test they did. They hypothesized the fact that if they put a telescope right at a point on the Earth and they looked at the Earth being flat like a beach or something like that, using the water line as a leveling device, right? And they stuck two boards with a hole in the centre, right, far enough apart, and then put a light source, another 500 yards further down the beach, right, and put it all on a line. They said if they put the person on the thing, then if the Earth was curved, then the person holding the light at the same height as the boards with the holes in them, they would find that the light would be at the same height as the boards. And when they looked with the telescope, they're sort of saying, well, we can't see the light. And they found that they had to actually raise the guy with the torch at the end by the exact curvature of the Earth. So they did two flat Earth experiments, which were quite sound experiments when you start to think of these idiots, who they are. They were actually quite well thought out experiments, and they found them both to be wrong, right? And they've had to go and rethink their idea, and that's where they come up with the whole donut Earth thing. Oh, crazies. Anyway, look, I don't want to give these guys any more wind than they're due. We all know that the Earth is round, and if we've got any flat earthers here, we'll just ban you from the channel. Simple as that. Okay, what is a good start camera? Well, again, look, if you've got the dollars, the Sony shops currently have, if I can get the glare up there, this one here, that's a Sony 4K action cam. It's on special. The video I did on that's already out. That's out today. We look at the pricing and all the features and odds and ends. You get this. It comes with the what do you call it? The waterproof case. I know. It comes with a wrist mount device for your wrist. Well, there it is there. There's the wrist mount for the little remote viewing screen. You can wear that on your wrist with that. It comes with a 64 gig high-speed memory card and an adapter for the memory card. It comes with an extra battery for the camera, and a finger grip mount, which for some reason it's on my desk. Oh, here it is. This is the finger grip mounting system. So I bought this handle extra because it's just comfortable, and it was 1600 baht extra. But that comes with this, which is a finger grip. You can put the camera here, and on there you can put the remote viewer. And it's just, again, it's a one hand, one finger operation. It just, to me, it's good if you're going to be running or bouncing around the place. That'll be a good, action cam style, thing, because you could probably, technically, in one sort of sense, be riding a motorcycle, and then you could be holding the camera and taking a shot, if you really wanted to risk your life. But you get the idea. It's a little thing. So a bunch of little extras that you get with it for 1600 baht, 16,000 baht. But again, if that's a bit out of your price, the SJ series, these are very, very price conscious. I think the camera comes in at just over 5,000 baht. It's 4K, and I can't remember the extras I had to buy with it. There's a whole bunch of mounting kits you get with it. I think you also, you get the waterproof case with it, but then you're going to need to think about things like, because it's using all this, the fittings for the GoPro style fittings. You're going to have to get an appropriate sort of selfie stick handle, which aren't cheap, and they do cost extra. So you're probably not going to be anything short of 10,000 baht. And I find shooting at 4K, you only get about 20 minutes of footage shooting at 4K on a 64K card, and the battery will run out. Whereas if you sort of knock it down to 1080p, you're going to get sort of an hour. I think I got 3.5 hours of footage on that 64. I think it was only 40 gig on the 64 gig card when I did the ride up to Sisawat. So there's 3.5 hours of ride footage. That's using an external power supplies, of course, and it all fitted on the card. But as I said, on the battery will last about an hour and 20 minutes with 1080p. So there's little things you've got to think about. But it's definitely a price conscious thing, and does a reasonable sort of video. I just find that the audio is not really all that crash hot on it. Although there is an external microphone you can plug in, which does help a little bit. But yeah, it's pay for what you get. It's no comparison to the Sony. Warren purchase the best 4K. So horizontal declines are growing with me. Sort of JB Hi-Fi, some good deals. Well, we don't have JB Hi-Fi over here, unfortunately. And as I've said before, you find these brands, you'll only find them in the big malls, and they just don't discount. I did find there was a discount on Lazada, which is like the only real local online purchasing available here, and they were only discounting that package by 500 baht. So, it's not like some of the places you'll get in Australia where you can see really sort of serious discounts. And again, the DJI Osmo Pocket, it's a nice, handy, small. It's like this rig is 3 times the size of the DJI Osmo Pocket. Yeah, you just seriously can't put that in your pocket. In this format, if you've got big pockets, you can squeeze it in your pocket. So it could be sort of said to be a pocket camera. But the Osmo Pocket is definitely a portable unit. So every star on the planet is a we can only laugh at these guys, Gordon. Currently 424 JB. I don't know. Is that the Osmo or is that the Sony? I have to go and click on the link. Access denied. That's pretty good. Why is my access denied? Sony. What? They've got region lock on that? JB Hi-Fi in Australia have region locked that deal. Arseholes. Well, there you go. JB Hi-Fi for you. What does a GoPro cost? I actually haven't seen pricing on GoPro recently. Somebody else can do the research on that one. I get sidetracked too easily. Sony lost my Wi-Fi hotspot part. Yeah, but the Sony, that's a little QR code inside the shutter that can repair it, redo the Wi-Fi connection. Well, it does on the 4K. I don't know if the older versions have it. Yeah, that's right. That's the one thing that I did find an advantage over the Sony, even in the Osmo Pocket. It just did seem a lot simpler to use. So the GoPro is around the same price. GoPro 7 is 13,000 on Lazada, which is about what I think it's the Osmo Pocket's 13,500 on Lazada. GoPro's 13,000 and the Sony's 15,500. So there's some approximate pricing. Does he use a gimbal? I don't want to sort of sound like I'm critiquing No Time to Be Sad, but I've seen his footage and God, it's shaky. So it's either a crappy gimbal, or maybe I haven't seen a recent video of his. But that's something about the style that he's always done. Is it's that sort of, you know, I'm just filming our life here in Thailand, and that's really what wins his audience over. You're getting it raw and pretty much uncut, unfiltered, and how it comes out of the camera, which I think a lot of people appeal to. And not that I'm going to try to sort of, you know, jump on his bandwagon, but the Sony, the footage I've done, you do feel a lot more comfortable with it. And being the wide angle, it's, you know, it's going to get a little bit more of you know, a spontaneity to the filming, which hopefully people will enjoy. Stephen Monash, yeah, well, so we're looking forward to starting some vlogging. I think I just remember, you had a video up on your account? No, you didn't. That's right. You got 6 subscribers, but you got no videos. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, got to get a video up there, Stephen. Come on. Sony and Panasonic, same company. Are they the same company? I've really never looked into it. Justin Attire does make great vlogs for sell. Yeah, and that's also another thing people tend to overlook with the vlogging. If you've got a decent, you know, like 20,000 baht, you know, well, this one has not 30,000 baht, but you know, the Note 8. I did a couple of vlogs with that in Songkran last year because I wasn't going to get my camera wet. And it shot really well. The only thing I didn't like about that is, you know, like, you know, when I'm doing the front facing, I had to do a flip of the video, because when you video on the view screen looking at you, it's changing the aspect ratio or aspect. So when you actually download it to edit, and you know, I personally, I just completely hate things where like the writing's backwards. It just, come on, guys, you know, come on. You know, and what I would do is I'd bring the front facing into the Filmora software, and you can just right click it and say flip the video, and it fixes it up. So it just meant a little bit more post editing, or pre-editing, post editing. Yeah, content. I think that's the thing. I'm yeah, as I said recently, I've gone, although ranting and raving about the bad things that happen. People enjoy the rant, you know, and it gets you more subscribers. I think the solid core of your viewer base, they like to be entertained. Excuse me, they like to be entertained. So I've been sort of trying to focus more on the entertainment value of the video as opposed to the ranting and raving, which will get more subscribers. Getting Chanya do the little twirls and twists at the end. Well, she does that anyway, but we don't normally put it in the film. I've just decided to leave it in there now because that's what she's like. She's a bit crazy. Okay, let's just see if we can catch up a bit. It's the Hero 7 Black 550. Yeah, I don't know why the smaller little black was more expensive than the bigger one. But yeah, but that's GoPro for you. Sony, a bit cheaper. JB, I'd Ducks. No, oh, Ducks Nuts is is Ducks Nuts. Yeah, okay. I sort of I'm just trying to read that. Oh my god. Ducks Nuts. Yeah, like that's an Australian colloquialism that most people probably won't understand. But yeah, Duck's Guts. I always thought it was Duck's Guts, not Duck's Nuts. Anyway, I'm getting sidetracked again. What if I suck? Well, I can tell you straight out, sort of, I think when we do our first video, we all suck at it. We just get better. Uh, I don't think anybody really comes to the forefront with their first video and sort of saying I'm an expert. And that's part of it. What do Thai people think about the half-Thai children? Luk krung. Luk krung. Is that what they call them? Luk krung. I'm not familiar with the term, and I haven't. I've got my old boss, or the guy that ran the guy that ran the office over here. His name's Gigi. Now he's got a half Thai, half Farang child. He looks Thai. But he speaks fluent English. He's now, what, 12 or 13 years old. Speaks fluent English and he speaks fluent Thai. Right, that guy, he is going to be worth a fortune when he hits the workforce. Simply because he's just fluent in both languages. Well, it might be Australian, but it's close enough to English. From what I understand, he's okay, so he's coming from an affluent family, so Gigi doesn't. He's not short of a quid, he's got a couple of houses here, and all that sort of stuff. But he's been brought up with what they call with a silver spoon upbringing, so he's just got it made. But again, that's what we find. Money sort of does speak volumes over here. I don't know about the half-caste children over here from lesser to do, well-to-do families. I really haven't come across any. Be an interesting exploration. I might put that down on my list of things to explore and see if we can bring it up at some stage. But again, trying to do that subject and not bring about what they call a losing face aspect here in Thai society. It's a really delicate subject, which is what we try to avoid. I don't want to lose face. I'm doing well with my Thai constituents here, the locals. I don't think I brought anybody into disrepute so far. I'm always courteous. Okay, when buying phones for vlogging, it is important to check that the specs of the front-facing camera and the microphone. Unfortunately, finding information, tell me about it. Yes, because you tend to find the microphones are actually at 90 degrees to the actual camera facing as well, although they have a fairly good omnidirectional. But the one thing you can do with your mobile phone and recording with your mobile phone is, of course, the Bluetooth, which will bring the audio a lot closer to your mouth. But then again, what's in the distance tends to lose a lot of additional audio. So it's a real catch-22 situation. I know there are little clip-on microphones that you can get that plug into the socket, which will then give you I think Justin had one on his camera. It's a microphone you plug into the phone at the bottom, and then it puts the microphone pointing at where your camera's pointing at. Justin, if you can remember where you got that and put the link up on that, so people know what we're talking about. But there are little options because people are doing that. Brett Higgins, how you doing? Good to see you joining in. And we've still got 34 people watching. We've got 15 minutes left. Well, not exactly 15 minutes left. We're going to try to run to the 2-hour mark. Thanks, JR. Okay. I bought a Samsung A7. The trouble with the A7, I think it just lacks a bit of the actual processing power. I really just don't know how. I know we bought Mother the J7, and they struggles to run apps on that as well. So, what do you Go? What do you think about the processing? Does it miss frames? Does it manage to stream the 25 frames per second, which is probably the minimum you need to stream at, and also record? Do you get drop frames at 25 frames per second? I just don't think the process is really up to doing video without dropping frames. But you're right, the price is right. Their thoughts are positive. If your child is half Thai, don't worry. Okay, so there's Tim's input on that one. They become stars, yeah. Well, in the case Gigi's son is an absolute freaking, yeah. He's top. I think he captains a football team, and oh my God. I follow the family on the Facebook for the last 5 to 7 years since we haven't actually seen Gigi for about 7 years. Gigi's actually he's a buyer for Villa Markets, and Villa Markets are actually aligned with Inspire website, and what else is it? Thai Visa and Dan in Thailand. People here might know Dan in Thailand. He's also another one of these vloggers that is promoting the collaborative sort of type of approach to everybody needs to be involved in the project. And he actually knows, because they've got the association. Dan got back to me the other day and she said, I was talking to Gigi the other day and he sends his best wishes, which again, it's really interesting how the circle of influences, the people you know and the people you know, and they all link together somehow in ways you'd never imagined here in Thailand. It's really quite amazing. Mind look Krong Kigs. I should do. My voice sounds like Kermit the Frog. Well, we actually haven't heard you, Stephen. That's the problem. We're dying to hear you on camera or on microphone. So you got to get your microphone set up. Do what you want, do what I do, upload videos and then delete them later when you think, delete them all later when you think they suck. Oh, Gago, I mean, when you're running an online magazine or something, I know you approached me a couple of years ago if you wanted to use my footage or put my videos up there. We never really followed up on that one. Hit me up later. I don't know if you still want to put my stuff up there. That's totally up to you. And again, tell me how the website's going. Is it sort of doing its thing, or is it was a flash in the pan? I really didn't go and have a look. Obviously, you're still going by gogohopping.com, so I'm assuming that the website is still there. English, g'day. Where do we go to? Just ordered 30. Pat Thai, good night. It's almost 1 a.m. Is it? Yes, sir. Well, we're about to close ourselves out here as well, Pat. Looking forward to when you get back out here in November, or maybe sooner. Think you do a Mark Wiens. Well, actually, doing Mark's, if you know your food, it's quite an easy sort of format to copy. Not sort of saying Mark Wiens is doing a bad video, but I no longer watch his channel because I'm eating Thai food. I get to experience it firsthand, not through his own personal experience. Mind you, I do. There's one I do refer to one of his. Is this the one for him? People ask me what to do in Bangkok. Yeah, this is something I do share with people who are asking questions about what you can do. Mark Wiens does run this website called Migrationology. He does refer to it in his videos, but he's got a nice little article that I found here on in his website, 101 Things to Do in Bangkok, and It's actually like, look, I need to go and do more of this stuff, and make videos of it, because there are some interesting things to do here in Bangkok. I don't know when it was actually published, or if he keeps it up to date. So there's no actual date stamp on there. Scroll into the end. So there was a comment from 3 years ago. So I'm guessing that the information there is about 3 years old, and there are some new things happening out here in Thailand. But again, Mark's big on food, right? And so a lot of the things he's experimenting here and the things to do in Thailand or in Bangkok is go and check out places to eat. But it's not a bad article if you want to go and read that. You can just Google this one, put that in, search DuckDuckGo, don't search Google. But there it is, first thing. If you search that on DuckDuckGo, you'll bring up that article. Anyway, I won't go into whys and wherefores of DuckDuckGo, but if you like Google tracking your every click and every movement, then keep using Google. Up to you. Okay, Justin brought up there for the microphone. Okay, Amazon. Okay, so this is the little microphone add-on. Plugs into the audio source, plugs into the camera. And I guess, I don't know, is that, how's that? That's plugging onto the camera and the mic. Anyway, yes, it works like that. It plugs into that source. It plugs into the camera like that. Yeah, thanks for that, Justin. Anyway, so let's get back to that. Yeah, where did we get up to? I had trouble doing live streams, not sure if the processing power was to blame or my 4 megabits per second internet connection. Well, your live stream would have been 720p, so 4 megabits per second should quite easily stream 720p, but again, maybe it didn't. Maybe it was the processing power. So, I had a problem when I first streamed on this. On what do you call it? On 4G, and I found that if I actually locked the camera down to the resolution the live stream is going to be at, which is 720p, the camera doesn't work so hard and it didn't buffer so much. But then again, it might have just been the time of day or something as well. I think we'll try to do that at 6 o'clock at night, which is probably the time when everybody is using the internet. Sorry, I must have missed it. Like replied, now paying for the 10 megabit per second internet. Oh yes, that's, I don't know, what's 10 megabit? That's on your phone, is it? What have we got? So looking into the Sennheiser Ambio, if you're after 3D sound, I'd have to Google that one to know what we're talking about. Okay, so that's an audio clip-on microphone smart headset. I'll just quickly just show you that on screen there. It's a headset. What's it do? What are they sort of saying? It's active noise cancellation, transparent hearing, it's 3D surround recording. Okay, something to look at. I think the price I just saw was a little bit on the steep side, $299. But again, it's a Sennheiser. They make some pretty decent sort of equipment. Thai Western kids appear to have the best of both worlds and have more choice in life when older. Well, I don't know what GG plans for his son. I don't think he's the sort of guy that is expecting to do anything particular. But as I said, if they can speak both languages, they do. They get the best looking women. They get the best opportunities in jobs. They get the highest paying jobs. Like I'm pretty sure that after his university, he'll be able to walk into his father's footsteps. That I think Gigi is probably probably on about $250,000 per month salary. Don't want to make anybody feel inadequate, but I'm guessing after what he was then and what he's that was 8 years ago, knowing what he earned then, that's probably what he's on now. So and his son could probably work into a job on recommendation, at a decent sort of high paying salary. Where are we going? Android coming out soon, apparently. Lightning to beta adapter may work. Lightning to Bluetooth adapter may work. Okay, go guys. The website's still there. I will message you after the stream. Okay, no problem. Johnny Rotten's retracting his own messages. Been coming for a long time, ended up getting hook verse. Getting the hook verse. What's a hook verse? Okay, it's not bringing anything up in. That's a hook audio. Bluetooth earbud binaural microphones. Binaural microphones? I don't think that's what you're talking about. Yeah, that's binaural. Listen, talk, record, experience. Okay, so it's a 360 audio. I don't know where they're getting binaural from. Binaural means dual audio. Well, I suppose it could be called binaural, but binaural is a completely different. Binaural is a completely different word on my vernacular. I just realised I didn't put the background music on as well. Just living a Thai life, catch up, blah 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 blah. So many different things. We're coming up to the 8 o'clock mark or 9 o'clock mark. So many different toys. Check out some of the samples on YouTube. Is more the case of who you know than what you know here in Thailand. That is so true. I'm really thankful for the fact that I did start vlogging, because I've got to meet so many sort of really pretty cool people over the last 2.5 years through the channel, and through the association of the fellow vloggers out there covering Thailand. I think it's audio, yes, so Hookverse 3D audio in-ear microphones. They're using a term called binaural, but binaural, in my terminology, binaural beats comes as a different sort of meditation technique. So I didn't really think they were using for headphones per se. Okay, we've got 33 thumbs up. That's pretty good. I said I wasn't even watching that. I should pay more attention to the whole thing. 35 still watching. Yeah, so look, I've had fun tonight. So again, I'm going to just close off with a bit of a plug. If somebody else could just, plug the supporting people here, My Two Barts channel, because by the time I bring it up there, if you give us My Two Barts. Well, I know you can hit the little radio button on the side there and go to the channel yourself. So thanks for your support there, My Two Bart, and our Thai journey. Tim, Lana King, Stephen, Justin. Just put your links at the end of the video there, in the scroll at the bottom there, while I flick over to here, and. Just plug don't forget my website, dia.net.au. the Thailand hub, which is the Thailand hub is directly linkable from here on the DIA site. If we get 100 to 150 people using the Thailand hub, I will register a domain name exclusive for the Thailand hub. I really have a lot of hope that we can build some more community using this, right? It's getting everybody out of the Facebook whole regime. I will spend probably the next live stream, we'll actually spend a few minutes going through about the features. As I said, I'm just waiting to put one more update in to fix a possible exploit that may happen. Yes, there's my two Bart's channel, Justin's channel, our Thai journey channel. And we'll catch up with you guys. Well, I do plan to do a morning stream. I'm going to try to get Cody back online to be sort of in a sidekick on maybe next Monday to do an 11 or maybe a 10 or 11 a.m. stream. I've got to talk to Cody, see if he wants to do that. He's been playing Fortnite lately, and I don't have a Fortnite account, and quite frankly, I'm not really into Fortnite. But we can always do a gaming session. I'm all set up now to have a lot of fun. But I said, if we, Tim, if you want to sort of do some offline practice with the audio stream to get used to the functionality, and again, Johnny Rotten, if you want to sort of, hit me up and we can do that again, and get you, plugged into the audio source. I know, jumping in, unless of course you've used Discord before, it's like a scary thing, and I don't want to have anybody sort of feeling, extra scared coming on a live stream. But Johnny Rotten, he's been on with Justin in the Hangouts. And again, look, I'm not scared to do a hangout, but I'm going to let you guys do the hangout. So I'm going to try to focus these sort of streams more on information and bouncing ideas and sort of using the whole web resource, right, to counterpoint the discussion. And we didn't really get too far into the. It was just as I said, the whole best places to retire on, the thing. We can explore that later on. But I said it was a topic to get the feed going. I've got to get used to the whole thing and keeping up with the stream as well. But anyway, look, thanks for joining in, and hopefully we'll catch up with everybody. Cody, Tim, Cody could also help with that. You just got to get back on voice, and then we can walk you through it. It's not that hard, but as I said, all new things are a little bit difficult. And I might even make an offline video, put it on my other offline video channel, just as a supporting video on how to. I was going to do a whole bunch of how-to videos, for the Thailand hub, again, to counterpoint the how to make it work to your advantage. It does have a subscription thing, or like a sponsorship thing, so you can get a link up for your own channel on there. I think for $2 you can have your channel plastered. We'll go through that next time. I'll go all the features. I don't want everybody jumping the gun on that thing until I get this last patch in. But other than that, it's all ready to run, and we may even sort of cover that next Monday as well if we get some time. And what is it? It's Tuesday now. I may aim for a 2 p.m. Friday or something video. Saturdays and Sundays are out for me. Mondays to Fridays work better for me because I got social life and things that people want to do, like bike riding on the weekends and other bits and pieces. So Saturdays, I don't know how we're going to go, but we might get a 2 o'clock in the afternoon Saturday session going as well. Anyway, look, I'm going to wrap it up there because, as I said, I could drink, I could talk underwater. I don't know. I don't think it really works, but I might have a bit of trouble breathing. But we'll see how we go from there. Bye for now. And we're going to go. Let me just click on to the closing screen, because I do like to do the closing screen, right, just so I can put on all those tags at the end of the closing screen and the little, next watch video sort of thing and everything else. And we'll see you guys later.